Today, in this episode, I will be showing us a couple of practical practices that will help us to learn how to slow down our mind, our busy mind, and to be aware, to be conscious of the simple things. As we inhale and as we exhale, these two necessary functions in our lives is what brings in more vitality. It is the simple breath, inhaling, and then exhaling. We live in a world where all of us, which is the collective, we are so conditioned to be constantly searching for things, searching for people, searching always outside of ourselves to validate ourselves. Now, it is in the validating that makes a security within you, because you feel validated, you feel secure by searching outside of yourself. So now let's search for the validation within ourselves instead of without ourselves. Let's explore the beauty of validation that comes from within. So inhale and exhale. And continue to inhale and exhale while visualizing within your own essence. You have no deadlines. You have no obligations. You have nobody telling you to hurry up. There's none of that going on. When we can validate ourselves from within. So how do we do these things? We're doing it right now. We are making the space. Yes, we are making the space. So you can validate your own self-being. And this means that if you want to sit here for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes, or maybe even 5 minutes, And if you do not want to say one word, then don't say one word. Because you are making the space right now. You are creating a new path right now. Always remember that the treasure is you. Hey, 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 dear ones. Welcome back. Welcome back. I am Sonya, the host of the Treasures You podcast for any new listeners or viewers. And in today's episode, it is the simple things that keep us grounded in our hearts. It is the simple things that make this world revolve around and around. It is the simple things. So today I am deliberately slowing it down even more. So in the beginning of this podcast, which was deliberate, I am showing everybody that when we do slow down, we are able to connect with our own intuition. Yes, I am an advocate of honing our own intuition. Yes, I am an advocate for that because it is when we search for outside, exterior things and people and places, that is when most of us, we get lost, we get confused, because we are not making the space for ourselves to hear our own guidance. Even to this day at times, and I catch myself now because I have been fine-tuning my own inner guidance. So as I said, I am deliberately slowing down because guess what? It is not a race. I am not racing. I am not on a track team anymore. I used to be as a child. I am slowing down and I am allowing the thoughts that I have and whatever needs to come through to come through. So when we can make the space by slowing down, then you will begin to receive your own intuition clearly. But because of us having our conditions about ourselves, this can be a process. Now, for some, you might just get it right away. It might just click because we do live in a world of infinite possibilities. So it is possible. Yes, I know about trying to fit in. Always trying to fit in to a system where your divine self is telling you, just like my divine self has been telling me from day one, to trust and to be and allow yourself to explore so you can create and meet the people and go to places that you have never thought that you would go. This is what happens when we make the space for ourselves. Yeah. It helps us to lighten up. It helps us to be more creative and to keep our hearts open. Yes, yes. I'm drinking some ginger tea. I woke up this morning, it was 27 degrees. And I had to get myself warm because I had to go outside. So how do you feel, dear ones? Slowing down. Spending time with Sonya on the Treasure Is You podcast, honoring each person that is existing, that is alive, honoring you. Yes, honoring you. So if you are tuned in, that means that at least something is telling you, yeah, I need to slow down. Yeah. Now, for some, you may not want to slow down. You may want to continue just running around. Because I know I used to do that. Just running and running, stretching yourself like a rubber band. And then when you get home, you're so tired. You're so exhausted, right? Because you gave all of your energy away to many people in many establishments. So when it's time for you to come back to your own sacred place, you are exhausted. And then what happens? We get up and we repeat it. Sounds familiar, huh? We repeat it over and over. And some of us repeat it for 20 years. Some of us repeat it for 30 years. Some of us repeat it for 50 years. And guess what? For some, it may be okay. They may be all right continuing to do that. And it's comfortable, right? It's very comfortable. You don't have to search or learn anything new. You're comfortable. Yeah. So it's okay if you're comfortable and you want to stay comfortable. But if you want to branch out and explore the deeper depths of your heart, of your mind, of your being, I'm here to tell you, dear ones, as I've been saying in most of my podcasts, is that we are the most fascinating things in existence. We are it. Yeah, we are definitely it. We are so fascinating. We're everything. We are the best sabotagers, right? We are the best creators, innovators. We are the best excuse makers, right? We're all of that. But when we can make the space like we're doing right now, where you can actually inhale and feel your own heartbeat, and then exhale and continue to do that, and feel that sense of peace, and realize that, okay, what do I got going on in my life right now? Can I put all of those things on pause? Can I put some of those things on pause? What is most important in my life right now? Yeah, what is? Is running to the grocery store to get some water more important than you sitting down for 5 or 10 minutes to breathe? Yeah, you have to figure that out for yourself. But I'm here to tell you, like always, there are infinite ways and possibilities in this world to do all things. So if you are in a place where you have been doing things for 20 or 50 years, or maybe even 5 years, and you say, you know what? I want to venture out and do something new. I want to explore more of me. Then if you want to do that, as I always say, in the description I will place a link. You can email me, and don't be afraid, that's another thing. We get afraid to step out and learn something new. Because what have I been saying? We are creatures of habit. And then we get in our own way because we're comfortable. Now, as I said, it's okay to be comfortable if you want to stay comfortable. But for those who want to seek for more of you, yes, more of that person that is creative, more of that person that is an adventurer, more of the person that wants to reveal all of the gifts and the mysteries that reside within you, then you can definitely connect with me, because that is what I am all about, is getting into or diving deeper into the core of ourselves. And I have been sharing these basic things of just breathing. Just breathing. And a lot of us know it. As a matter of fact, we all know to breathe, but because of our life journey, guess what? We forget how to breathe. We forget the simple breath. Yeah. We do. So this is just right here, as always, bringing in more awareness so you can hear your own self. Now, in the beginning of doing this, you will experience your subconscious mind telling you all kind of things like to not do what I'm saying, because you have been conditioned to not do what I am saying. You have been conditioned to do the opposite. Yeah. So this is the opposite of what you have been conditioned to do. So because of that, a lot of people feel like, I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. Or, this is the stuff that I'm picking up from the collective, because guess what? I used to feel that way many, many years ago. I used to feel like I'm not doing anything. But you really are doing something. You're paying attention to yourself. That's one thing. If you can pay attention to yourself for at least 5 minutes, you are on the right path. But if you can't sit down with yourself and nobody else for 5 minutes, that is very telling. It really is. You can't sit down with your own self for 5 minutes without reaching out of yourself to do something, to call somebody, to get on your cell phone, to turn the TV on. You see what I'm saying? To do all these things that is outside of you, because I don't want to say you're running from yourself, but you are avoiding yourself. Yeah, I know about that too. I used to do that unconsciously. So when we make the space, as we're doing right now, to just slow down, be with yourself here. What is your mind telling you? What is your subconscious mind telling you? Is your subconscious mind telling you all kind of things that make you feel bad? Think about it now. Is your subconscious mind, what is your subconscious mind telling you? That's all I want to know. You should want to know. So when you find out what your subconscious mind is telling you, what is your subconscious mind saying about you right now? Is it telling you to get back in that race and continue doing 5, 6, 7 things, and to spend money, and what else? Just do. That's what I want to say. Is your subconscious mind telling you to do things instead of to be? Because I'm here to announce that we are the greatest doers. Now we have to elevate ourselves to be. We have to experience being, not doing. Because when we experience the being, that is when you are going to learn more about yourself. Because you're not doing anymore. You're learning to be. Practice, as I have been saying. I say it from time to time on this podcast and on my other channel all the time about inhaling and exhaling, slowing down and breathing. Just breathe. Slow down and breathe. Because when you do that, then you begin to see things that you have never seen before. You really do. Because the title of this is, it is the simple things. It is the simple things. Life can be simple if we allow ourselves to breathe. If we allow ourselves to listen to our own intuition. Now, in the beginning, as I said, it can be a little difficult because you're going to have your subconscious mind telling you the opposite, telling you to get up and go do something. Because what have I said? us as the collective have been conditioned to just do, and do some more, and just continue doing, stretching ourselves, depleting ourselves, giving to everybody for the givers, because we have a huge amount of givers on this world. Yes, we do. But we can't give so much that we forget ourselves. That is the whole thing. When we do that, that's not a balance. And when I say balance, dear ones, balance is acknowledging yourself. It's not trying to create this complicated mathematical problem of, I got to do 10% of this, I got to do 10% of that, and 10, just keep. No, it's none of that stuff. See, that's that human mind that makes things complicated, and it really isn't. It's really simple. So when you and I and everyone else can acknowledge ourselves, that is what brings balance in. It's when we don't acknowledge ourselves, that is when we're not balanced. For part of the collective who may think, oh, balance, like they're trying to knock balance. Anytime a person tries to knock something that can help you, that's just their own self fighting against change. That's all that is. For one, knocking it down, okay? And then some people make excuses. And then some people might just flat out say, I just don't want to do it. So what does that say? All of those things are resisting change. And guess what? It's okay. But eventually, you have to acknowledge yourself on this journey. You cannot deny. You cannot resist. You cannot make excuses. You cannot do these things your entire life. No, you can't. Especially if you want to elevate and you want to grow and you want to learn. Now, if you don't want to elevate, grow, and learn, then you can stay right where you are. But then when you stay right where you are, the people around you are not going to want to hear you complaining, okay? Because you don't want to change. And you don't want to change because you are conditioned in a way. Because you're so comfortable, as I said. We get comfortable. Yeah, we do. But when we can explore this space of our own inner wisdom, then you will see a completely new way. I'm all about all of us learning and growing, keeping our hearts open. Yes, keeping our hearts open, keeping our minds clear, and for us to do that inner work so we can learn along the way. So I will place a link in the description. And as I have been saying, I have Empowered Sovereign Hangouts, and I am starting a series where we're going to talk about the essentials of sovereign living. Just simple things again. Simple things that you can add to your life. And these simple things that I am speaking about, dear ones, these are things that you can add to your life that's going to improve your life holistically. Yes, that is another thing that is worth looking into. We need to. Now, when I say need, everything is already within us. But at times, dear ones, because of this life journey, because of our own self-doing, yes, like I said, we get in our own way because of the conditioning of our habits and thoughts and beliefs. We get into our own way, and then it stops us from learning. It stops us from growing. It stops us completely because what? We are comfortable in our own way. Yeah. We are comfortable in our own way. Yet, when we learn these newer ways of being, as I said, it is just so fascinating. It really is. It's so fascinating when you can learn these things about yourself because just more newness comes in. That's the word I'm looking for, newness. We are all elevating. And we are bringing in these new ways for ourselves because this world right now, with everything that may be happening in the world, these things are happening to grow you so you can stay in your own divine energy and not allow all of the outside disturbances and distractions, because guess what? They're going to always be there. But what are you truly paying attention to? Are you paying attention to those distractions more than yourself? Because if you are, then that is something for you to take note of. Start to journal and figure out what is happening here. Yeah. So, you can go on my website. I have some very interesting things on my site, and it's worth looking into, especially if you want to improve your overall state of well-being. You're looking at numero uno, a person who has changed everything in my life. Everything in my life. And because of that, I can speak and say everything that I say to you guys because I'm doing it. I am actually doing it. I have to share with you guys that when I do learn something new, I have to share with you. At times, I'll catch myself. I will catch myself trying to go back. But then I catch myself. Yes, I catch myself and I don't go back. That's because we have been conditioned. We have been conditioned. It's in our DNA. It literally is in our DNA. Everybody's DNA, the way we think, when we get used to a activity, then we want to just continue doing that instead of learning something new. We are all that way. Then at a certain point, we do want to learn, but I'm just here to share with you. I'm just here to share with you that you're looking at a person who has changed everything in my life. And it all started with me doing the inner work and me searching within. When I stopped looking outside of myself and I start looking within myself, that is when a lot of things changed for me. Probably in different ways because we are all uniquely different. But yet we are all made from the same divine essence, meaning that we all bleed, we all cry, right? We all have 2 hands and 2 feet, a tongue, eyes. A lot of people who don't have the vision can see better than the people who do have vision. Did you ever witness that? So I'm just sharing with you that there may be some people who might not have they may not have vision. They may have 1 arm, but I guarantee, well, I'm not going to say I guarantee you. That person with the 1 arm, if they really dedicate themselves to learn to make that other arm stronger, and I've seen this and I know many of us have, that person can do more with 1 arm than they probably could do with 2, because they have now trained themselves to be stronger and to be able to do everything that they can with 1 arm instead of 2. So this is what I'm talking about, that we are the most fascinating expressions in this world when we are focused on whatever it is that we are focused on, and it's for our highest good, then we will excel. Yes, we will excel like never before, because that is the beauty of us. That is the beauty of us, dear ones. We can do anything. I'm just here right now exploring new opportunities and new ways to get out our own way, making that space by breathing. Yes, it is possible. We come in this world with a breath of life, and guess what? We leave this physical plane with a breath of life. See, you never thought about it that way. It starts with the breath. So, dear ones, have the courage to explore new ways. Search within yourself so you can find the keys, because you are the key. You are the key to life when you pay attention to you and focus on you. Your whole life will change. And that is what I am all about. It's the change that will help anybody improve your overall state of well-being. It is exciting. Yeah, it really is. So, dear ones, again, bring in more awareness. Be focused of yourself. Be joyful as much as you can. And when things don't work out the way that you think they should, then take note of that to see, what am I learning from this experience? Because every experience is here to teach us about ourselves. Yes. Even those experiences that you don't want to see. Yeah, I know about that. You want to deny it. You don't want to face it, whatever it is. But we have to face it all, dear ones, because when we face it, we get to the next level. You are leveling up in the game of life. And that's pretty exciting, because you are now becoming a conscious authority of your life. You have always been an authority of your life, but now you are becoming a conscious authority instead of unconscious. And that's okay too, but we are learning every day. Yes, we are learning every day. So remember that about yourself, dear ones. We are elevating. When we can look within ourselves and see that light, then you know that you are on the right path. And as always, remember that the treasure is you. Take care and namaste.